My money is still stuck over $500 million. That's physical cash.
Lagos or Abuja?
I say Abuja.
Why?
Abuja is still a young city coming up. It's not rowdy. It's not smelling that good. My first ever real estate I sold was for 200,000 naira.
Our very first guest, Town Planner Zichat Fanda, CEO of Footstool Homes, the visionary behind the Monte brand, delivering affordable, functional, and beautifully designed homes across Abuja, from vision to foundation, from blueprint to legacy. This is a conversation you don't want to miss. Let's go beyond property listing. You can stream on YouTube and Spotify. Follow us across all social media platforms at Beyond Property Listing.
We are with us today Town Planner Fanda Zichat, CEO of Footstool Estates. It's an honor to have you here today. You know, the first time I saw a signpost in Abuja called Monte, I was surprised. I was just seeing Monte everywhere. I was even thinking the name of the company is perhaps Monte. I got in a conversation with a friend and I told him, who owns this Monte Trust? And he was like, no. It's actually Footstool. And he said Fanda. And I was like, wow. The whole thing captured me, from the name of the estate at that time to the name of your company. I'm really interested. How did you come about real estate?
Wow. So, thank you so much for having me
You're
here.
welcome.
It's a real opportunity for me to share my insight and also to tell my own part of the story. My real estate for me has been, I don't think I've ever had this conversation with anybody.
Okay.
I may become emotional sometimes because it's not just today. I didn't just enter real estate because of the opportunity. No. I had always wanted buildings, right from when I was small, and even when I went to school. I think we were just 3 in my whole set that wanted studying architecture in school. So you know, before you study architecture, you must do technical drawing.
Yeah.
So we're the very few, 3 of us, that wanted studying architecture. But you know what? Unfortunately, none of us studied architecture.
Wow.
Yeah. So I because of the Nigerian factor, I studied urban and regional planning. My other friends studied, one studied quantity surveying.
Okay.
The other person studied math and something. But that did not deter me that I didn't get the course I wanted studying. God just made a way where I studied a bigger course, which is urban and regional planning. So before you can design a building, there must be a plan. Before you design a city, there must be a plan. So God gave me a bigger work to plan cities. And before you plan a city, you must know a house. You must study what a house entails. And for me, it's not just about building beautiful houses. First, it has to be functional. Secondly, it has to be aesthetically pleasing. That is, it has to be beautiful. So even when I didn't get to study architecture, I got into the town planning. I studied in FUT Mina.
Okay.
It was that serious. We were the ones carrying bed sheet all around, big drawing sheets. And after school, it was a different ball game altogether. You going to school, it's a different ball together. All together. When you come out of school, it's a different ball game altogether. For town planners, it's a very Herculean task to get a job and also to really show yourself, because we have a lot of town planners that are unemployed.
Yeah.
So for an architect, you can design a house today, you get a contract, you blow.
True.
But a town planner's job is mainly policy formulation, and you have to work with government. And how many states do have ministries of town planning?
Very few.
Very few.
Yeah.
And even when you have such, you have architects and other people manning those organizations, which is not supposed to be so. So for me, I knew the problem. So when I had the opportunity, I positioned myself so well that I provided value, and that's why we're here today. I don't want to bore you with all the long details, but for me, it was just to solve a problem, and it was my dream to solve the housing deficit and be in the built environment generally. It was a dream for me.
Okay, yeah. There's always magic in the detail. Please, we
Yes.
would enjoy the detail as we continue. So, when was it for you the best time to go into real estate, and how has been the journey so far?
See, I got into real estate the very first time I stepped my foot into FCDA. because I saw things that were not done well and I complained. One thing told me that, why are you complaining? God is showing you these things so that you can solve them. So I went all out to build a brand. The Fanda name is a brand.
Okay.
Yes. Go to FCDA, go anywhere. When you ask for Fanda, I believe if you ask 10 people, at least someone knows me for something good. And I stood my ground, and that's why we're here today. Yeah.
So are you trying to say your journey into Abuja real estate industry has been smooth all through?
It's not been smooth. It's not been smooth, but it's part of the journey. So there's a book I read, Obstacle is the Way by Brian Holiday. It shows you the journey of life and what happens in the journey of life. Obstacle will happen, problems will come through, but we should look at it that these problems do come to make us better. If you don't have a problem, you don't go read a book. If you don't have a problem, you don't go ask someone of a way to solve the problem. If you don't have a problem, you won't research to know how to solve the problem. So truly, obstacles and problems are the way. I've gone through my fair share of issues, but I thank God I went through them because it made me better. I got to know a lot of people. I got to read more. I got to research more, and it got us here now.
Oh, that's beautiful. Just to digress a little, I've heard you repeatedly say God, 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 God. Yes. Do you believe in God?
Bro, the Godfather factor can never be overemphasized. There is more to life than just the physical. And truly, the spiritual aspect truly control the physical. I've gone through my fair share of troubles, and truly I submitted that to God, and He came through for me. So maybe privately I'll give you some of those codes.
I'll wait for that.
Yeah.
So was there a transaction or an incident that actually made you see the light in real estate, even during your practice?
Yes.
Was this sometimes there could just be this big transaction or big project that would change everything?
It was not that big.
Or was it a system or what?
So let me tell you, my first ever real estate I sold was for 200,000 naira.
What year was that?
That was in 2014. You know how much 200,000 was worth? Yes. So someone came to my office, had wanted conducting a verification just to do due diligence on the property, and I found out it was not genuine. But because he met me in an office and he trusted my judgment, he said, "Fanda, do you have any property for sale?" He said, "I don't have, but I'll ask around." I asked, someone gave me some documents which I verified were genuine. The person said, "Can you follow me to my house in Kurudu?"
Okay.
He didn't look like 200,000 then.
Wow.
If you look at that man, you can slap him. Yes. You know, I took the risk of following that man to his house. He gave me cash, 200,000 naira.
In 2014?
In 2014. And that was the first break for me. You know what I did?
No.
I called my younger brother. I said, "Bobby, now this Abuja will go there." I said something. The one where our papa no carry. But my dad served in Abuja in the early 80s. And he went back to the village. I said, the ones he left, we have to take it. So when you see an opportunity, guy, you need to take it. Take it. And that was the break for me. That was my first transaction. There's power in words. You know, I said it. Maybe it was just part of those things we said. But there's power in saying something. I said it, and that's why we're here today.
Oh, that's great. What has been your biggest mistake in the real estate industry in Abuja?
Truly, my biggest mistake is about trusting people anyhow. So I'm that deep. I lost, let me not say I lost, but I went into a transaction last year that my money is still stocked over 500 million naira. That's physical cash. I'm not looking at other things that I can't really, my time, my energy, I can't really quantify that. I quickly rushed into a transaction. I did my due diligence, but it's about the said person I was doing the transaction with. I didn't ask some certain questions. I didn't ask to see the person physically. They presented documents for me. I didn't even check some certain things. So if you truly want to do real estate and do it so well, because you're not doing it for yourself, you are carrying these things in trust for people. And I used to say this, that we become slaves when we take people's money, because you have to do that which you say you're going to do.
Okay.
You must add value to that said property for you to get returns on your investment. So I didn't ask questions. I did some part of the due diligence. I didn't ask questions. Even after a property checks for you, ask questions. There are some plots in Abuja. If you ask of plot 1 in Sabongida, people know it. So ask questions. Don't feel a deal is so good that you don't tell your neighbor. Ask questions. Maybe he just has, because there are properties that are so that check on documentation, but they're in court and you wouldn't know. Or maybe your neighbor knows. You understand? So I didn't ask such questions, and that's why I got into that. So for me, subsequently, I had to ask if I get a property. It's good to do things with people that have the same kind of vision with you.
Okay.
You understand? And so that at least you share the liabilities, you also share the profits, or the spoils of war.
Okay, now this is a very important part. Why? Because there's a lot of fraud in real estate in Abuja,
Yes.
and trust is still a very big commodity.
Yes.
If a developer, a professional like you, can lose that amount, what would you tell an investor who just comes to Abuja and wants to invest? You say we should ask questions. Who are we asking these questions? Is it just the government authorities or who else?
No, it's not just the government authority that you ask questions. You ask people. Sometimes we just want to be secretive with our investments, and that's why we die. That's why we fail, and that's why we get into trouble. They are professionals. They are lawyers. Don't just depend on lawyers. Call on an architect, call on a surveyor, because someone may tell you that this land is here, but I bet you when you get the survey coordinates, it will take you to somewhere different. So you need a surveyor for that. You need a town planner that has a layout, the official layout of this said district. He tells you this is a high density plot, this is a low density plot. You may buy 1,000 square meters, but you may not build terraces there. It may be a commercial plot. It's only the town planner that has the land use map, official land use map, to show you what this plot is, or the specific use for that said plot of land. You also need a surveyor, as I said, to show you the location. You need a lot of professionals to buy a said plot of land.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. Now, from your recent interview in TVC News, you were heard quoting that everyone should have access to land in Abuja, but that's not the reality. Okay, what do you think is the biggest challenge facing people to acquire land in Abuja?
So, as I already said, access to land. A lot of people have this yearning to solve or reduce the housing deficit, but you don't have money in their pockets. So if you are a tax-paying Nigerian, if you're a credible company, I said something, government knows. If government wants to fish out the real developers in Abuja, they know. There are things you check. Everybody has an antecedent. Everybody should have track record, a proven track record. The government knows. So I feel we should check for who is paying tax, who can really deliver as at when due, who can be trusted, who will not run with people's investments, and all that. I mean, government should do that. Government has the power to do that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you also mentioned that infrastructure causes increase to property development. Is that a good one for an investor who perhaps have been saving for a purchase? Maybe he just wants to get a landmark. Like most property developers now, even if they give you payment plan, you have to pay a certain percentage. So for someone who is waiting for his son to get to that percentage, and then there's an infrastructure development and the price goes high, do you think this infrastructure development now causes discouragement, or is actually a good thing for the high class or the high earners?
So there are deep conversations we do have with our subscribers, that we have bespoke investment opportunities for a person. If you come to us like the general public, we'll deal with you like a general public. But if you come, this is what I have, this is what I want at the end of the day, we can tailor a bespoke plan for you. I don't feel infrastructural development causes hike in property prices if these things are done per phases and every district is carried along. And you know that in the next 5 years, in the next 2 years, 2 or 5 or 10, 20 kilometers of roads is coming to Kaura district. Won't you invest? And you know that as they are doing Kaura district, Guzape district is coming through, Durumi district is coming through, Kokwaba district is coming through. I don't think that would be a problem. It's just a place of planning generally.
Okay, so are you saying if a person misses a particular district, the person could be on the watch out for the next district?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Definitely. And we can even do them concurrently. We can do them simultaneously. As you are doing Guzabe, you are doing Kara district. That means the competition, there will be a balance. People will not be rushing to Guzabe. Hope you understand.
Yeah.
And we have different kind of classes of development. We have the bourgeois that want 10,000 hectares and they want to build a house.
Yeah.
You can put them in the outskirts. If our transportation system is okay, I bet you nobody will want to stay in town. I prefer privacy and a big space. But everybody wants to be in the center because there's infrastructure and every other thing that serves people, the malls, the other things that brings about sustainable living within a certain environment is within town. And we have a floor. All our ministries are within one area. Imagine within Abuja, you say the military should go to Kwali. You see, all the ministries will be in Gwagwalada. You see, development will spread, but everything is in the center. That's why we have a problem. And then we don't have a very good connection. The transportation system is not really out there. It's not really top notch, and that's why everybody wants to come to the center.
Okay, now this could be a myth, but is real estate really for the rich, or can the poor also access real estate?
Real estate is for everybody now. Do we sleep under the bridges or do we fly on the sky? See, after you eat food, is what? You wear good clothes. After that, you must be the house as Nigerians and Africans. We have this egoistic view of having a house. Everybody wants a house. It gives you that certain class. It gives you a sense of belonging. It gives you a status, so to say. So it's far much more than just a roof over our head. It's for everybody. It's not a want, it's a need. So everybody needs a house.
While I agree too with that, the prices of lands and houses in Abuja are on the high side. Would you agree with me on that?
They're not really on the high side. Looking at, you have to do a comparative analysis with what is tenable within Abuja and other climes, Lagos, Port Harcourt, and other. Well, in this is the capital city, so you expect that things will be higher.
So are you trying to say if you don't have money, you can leave the city?
What?
If you don't have the money, you can leave the city. Everybody
is placed somewhere. Yes, we have different kind of layouts. We have different locations. See, the onus is on government to do the needful. If I have infrastructure sustainably in any area, no matter the distance, I don't need to come to the center. So if everybody gets what he is supposed to get, I don't think that issue will come up. The issue of pricing will not be a problem. If you're in Gwagwalada, you have the light you need. You're in Gwagwalada, the roads are tired. You're in Gwagwalada, you have the malls you need. Do you need to come to town?
No.
You don't need to. Why is Gwarimpa a safe, sustaining city, or a town, or a district on itself, as it may? The malls are there. The infrastructure is not that great, but at least you have access to water. You have access to medical care. You don't need to come to town. Let's look at Kubwa, for instance. When Erifai came through, he demolished a lot of shanties. They created roads. There's water. The pipe. When I was staying in Kubwa, there was no this thing. We don't even use. We don't drill borehole. They have pipe-borne water from government. Yes.
Okay.
Roads are good. That's why people still go back to. I prefer to live in Kubwa because all these other things are available. So I believe it's a policy problem. And this thing cannot be done by individuals because an investor comes to get all these things done. Do you think he needs to get his money back and make profit too? So he needs to calculate the cost and then the profit margin also. So that's the problem. But if government does these things, because we're making money from other clients now, right? Collect taxes.
Yeah.
Right? Different type of taxes. What are we doing with those monies? And government can still make more money from the populace if you provide the infrastructure. If you are doing road, if you do a road now, government can collect what is it called? Fare. You can get a contractor. There's an arrangement. You can get a contractor to do a road. Collect a certain amount for certain number of years. You manage. You get your money out. But the infrastructure is being done. So if government doesn't want to do it that way, there are other ways you can do it.
Now, with the current work the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike, is doing, would you think he has contributed to infrastructure, or the infrastructure is still centered in one particular location?
No, someone has to start something.
Okay.
If other ministers were doing this great, I believe Abuja will not be here. So we should give him his flowers. He has done so much within the shortest possible time. It's not easy, but he can do better. We shouldn't be moved by emotions. We should be moved by numbers, right?
Yeah.
Look at where these things are needed, where these things are really, really needed. Even there are some streets in town that are still not tarred. In Wuse too. I know of a street that's not been tarred. So government officials that do that, they should check all these things. And we should look at how people move within the city. Where are can we serve the many? Where are civil servants coming from? The Yanyas. I thank God that he did a lot of things. He has expanded the road from Yanya down to Karshi. That road has been expanded. The roads within Karu has been expanded, and that's great. A lot of roads have been done in Buhari, in Kuje. So imagine if other ministers have done all these things. If Abuja will not be here, will not be at this level.
True.
So we need to get people like him to do more.
Okay.
So when you know why he does that? He has been a governor. Like
Okay.
he knows how these things work. You understand now? And though he's not a professional in the built environment, he was a governor. He knows his powers, he knows his onions, and he knows what drives development, infrastructure.
That's good. That's good. Okay, now before we go, I've been seeing a lots and lots of adverts, both online and billboards, about Omnia Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, and we see the pictures. It tells lots of stories.
Yeah.
Lots of stories. EV, green area. We are interested to know what's Omnia Prime all about. What are we looking at here?
So, for me, I call Omnia Prime the best of everything. The best of everything.
Okay.
I'm not here to blow my trumpet, but for Footstool Estates, we're changing the narrative in the real estate game, or the real estate market in Abuja. People just promise and they don't deliver. People promise, they deliver substandard stuff. You understand? I am a professional. I have the best team in the world. Yes, I have the best team in the world in Footstool. I'm not just Footstool, I'm just the chief servant and the visionary. But I have the best team in the world, and we're going to take over. We're taking over. We're doing something great. I'll be inviting you to see what we'll do in the next 2 weeks. I'll invite you, 3 weeks, to see what we've done so far. We shouldn't just sit down and complain. We should just sit down and murmur. We should use that energy and do something better, and that's what we're doing at Omnia Prime. Omnia Prime is the center. It's just in between lifestyle and government presence within the airport road. That's a new city entirely. Well over 61 hectares of land that we're developing. We're trying to do something different. Yes, enough of the mediocre real estate in Abuja. People just shout and do nothing. So we're trying to change the game. And you see our branding is different. We've done things differently. For us, for every single project, there should be a touch of professionality. Is it professionalism? There should be a touch of the human angle, because we're planning these things for human beings, and then not just planning for now, for the future also. We're trying to build the EV charging EV centers, the Central Park, because people just want to live life. It's not just about having a house, right? In the next couple of years, we will not be driving those petrol cars anymore, because they are sustainable, they are affordable to use, and so we're trying to do things differently. It's going to be great.
Okay, so I hope it will be affordable.
It's very affordable.
All classes.
Yes, it's very, very affordable. So when we started the project, it was selling for as low as 5 million naira. Yes, for a 150 square meters.
And FCTA land?
Yes, FCTA land. Yes, FCTA land. And so for people that believed in us when we started, they've gotten over 50% return on investment in the past 4 months. Yes, what we were selling for 5 point something is going for 9 point something million naira now.
Wow.
So you can't just increase prices by just, you need to go see what we've done so far within the past 2 months. We added a lot of value to that place, and we're going to do more. So I just want to thank all our subscribers that trusted us, and you can see coming, because there's a lot you can benefit. So we're not looking at what we stand to gain. For me, it's not about what I stand to gain. It's about really solving the housing need of everybody and let people enjoy life. That's just what I want to do.
I got my eyes on this, and I would follow through to make sure we hold you accountable for every promise you've made. Very, very well. Okay, now on the rapid fire section, for investment purpose, Lagos or Abuja?
I'll say Abuja.
Why?
Abuja is still a young city coming up. It's not rowdy. It's quiet. It's orderly. It's not smelling now, bro.
Lagos people will be happy.
I'm not here to make anybody happy. I just want to state the fact. When I go to Lagos, I come back that same day. You understand? I have peace. I told you I went to play golf. Just went, came back. But you can't do that in Lagos. At least I've covered over how many kilometers from my house to the golf course, I was in the office. From the office I went back home to get freshen up and come back. So you can't do that in Lagos. You need to plan. You understand? So for me, it's still Lagos. It's still Abuja. Huh? It seems these Lagos people are trying to charm me. It's Abuja.
It's Abuja. It has to be Abuja.
It has to be Abuja.
Okay, for investment purpose, land or houses?
Land or houses. If you have the funds, you can do houses. But for me, it's land.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
You have this emotional attachment with something. You start from the scratch to see it grow.
Okay.
So the profit margin as an investor, if you take out 100 million naira now, you buy into a project with Footstool. So imagine let's say 100 million naira that you drop for Omnia Prime. That means you're getting well over 5 million. How many plots are you going to get?
20 plots.
So let's say those 20 plots. How much would you have gotten now? By 50%.
100 million.
100. No, you've gotten 150 million naira within the past how many months? Let's say 4 months. Right?
Yeah.
If you buy a house today for 100 million naira, you can't sell it 150 in the next 4 months. The value is capped already. But for a land, as the developer adds value to that set plot of land and that project, value goes up.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
for me, I buy land.
Okay, so this will also answer itself. Rental income or capital appreciation?
Rental income is a waste of time. Yes. It's a waste of. Can I explain?
Okay, let me have you.
Let me explain. You build a house for 200 million naira. Then how much are you going to rent? Let's even say for a district, let's say like Gusapi. Then you get rental income, let's say high as 15-20 million naira. Depends on the kind of structure.
Yeah.
How many years will you recoup your money?
Between 12-13 million naira at 15 million.
How many years will it take you to recoup that money? 200 million naira.
If you rent at 15 million, it should take you averagely 14-15 years. So
will you be alive? Will you be strong? And then the value of that money, looking at the inflation, it wouldn't have that value at the end of the day. So for me, rent is a waste of time, because that your house will be devalued with time. Construction style would definitely change. You need to still put more money to make more money from that house. So for me, I'm not a proponent for rental houses. I'm not.
But statistically,
yes,
over 60% of residents in Abuja live in rental houses.
Because who did that survey?
Yeah, I got it from. Okay, I'll get my facts correct, but okay. I got it from a survey. I think it was. I can't remember.
So for me, it's convenient to but we're looking at the value you get at the end of the day. The landlord is not really making money. He collects your money, but when he do his math, he's not really making money that much in the long run.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my own belief.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I stand to differ.
Okay.
I stand to.
So for location, airport corridor or city center?
To stay or to invest?
To invest.
Airport corridor. It's still young. Property value is still going to go up. But in town, it's capped. Yes.
Okay. So what would you say is the most underrated district in Abuja?
Lugbe South. There's a district called Lugbe South by the Centenary City. There's a district called Wawa District. If you travel to other countries and other climes, the airport road is exclusive. Kiami District. And I know this government is really going to do something about those districts. The aviation village district. If they do 10 kilometers of roads there, I bet you, even without that stuff, value still goes up.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is the most overrated district in Abuja?
The Guzapis of the world. Yes. What's so special about the Guzapi? Where network is bad. Is it just because of imagine if they remove the road from Guzapi? What else? Is it the bikes that ply around, the keke that ply around that place? There's no order. Maitama is still a district. Maitama is still there. You know why? There's no village around that place. In Asokoro, there's still a village around that place. The Padumas.
Yeah.
And you still have bikes. You still have keke passing. But have you seen that in Maitama?
No.
Really? The Wuyes we shout. They don't see squatter settlements. They see keke roaming around. So Maitama is still at that point, but Guzapi is still a hype.
So Guzape is just overrated.
It's overrated.
Okay. So one word to describe Abuja property market.
One word. Can I get a word just to... Can I just use one word?
Okay, a sentence.
A sentence. The Abuja real estate market.
Yes.
It's young and bubbling.
Young and bubbling.
Yes.
So there's lots and lots of potential.
We've just scratched the surface. We've not started Abuja. Yes. Have you seen the area we occupy compared to the total area of Abuja? Abuja has not started. Have you driven down to Apo Aru? Have you driven down to Apo Wasa? Do you know there's a district called Gude? Apo Gude. After Gude, have you gone down there? Have you gone to Burum? Burum West, Burum this? Have you gone to Mamusa? Abuja has not started.
Wow.
But he who starts today will reap the benefit.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you have 20 million naira to invest in Abuja today, where would that be?
Truly, I'll put it in Omnia Prime.
Okay.
Because it's the best of everything.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll watch out. We're really watching out for Omnia Prime. We're really watching out for Omnia Prime.
It's the best of everything.
Okay.
Yes.
So finally, if you have a billboard in Abuja where every eyes can see, what would be your message to the residents?
You know, we've done a lot of campaigns. And the Footstool is strategic. We don't just do campaigns. It goes through a lot of brain work. There was a campaign we did. We said, what if you bought Guzapi before you became the Guzapi of today? You strike a question. Right? And you see our billboards, we're not trying to sell. We're trying to just capture your attention first. You ask yourself a question. For a message on a billboard, what we're trying to do next is strike a conversation with just a phrase. I won't let the cat out of the bag, but when you see it, put it on your platform. Yes, put it on the platform. So billboards, people just feel they will sell on billboards. It's not for sales. It's not just for sales. It's for visibility. It's to strike a conversation. Selling starts from when you just don't sell. You need to get deep to the emotions of people before they can buy from you. So for me, it goes through a lot of process before the design. No, the message first. The message should go with the design also. The color, selection, every single thing. And we don't just pick billboards. We know how the city works. So we don't just do hundreds of billboards. We know how people move within the city and we get those locations. And once we get to location, we don't leave it. Yes. So, but you see that message.
That's all right.
If I'll get a billboard, let me just give you an overview. If I'll do a message, for a billboard, you don't need to write so much. People don't care about your number is important. But you writing all your offers is a waste of time because people driving past, they don't have they have split seconds to just watch. It's just a second. So if you can capture the person with just split second, the person can reverse self and check. The color selection are very, very important. Is it dark? Is it so? For me, I can do dark background, I can do blue background, or light background. The light background shows a message sharp, but again, to show class. You know our campaigns now, the Omnia Prime campaign, you must look at it again and again. So a lot of things went through like that. So you need to check your font type, you need to check the message, you should strike a conversation. So for us, for the Omnia Prime billboards, we just said Footstool Estate, Omnia Prime by Footstool Estates at the location, and then the car showing charging, because that's the most important thing. You can't sell everything at once. You must just select what is most important to you and what you feel the people need. Just one. We didn't even put a house. We just put it so that you know it's a home we're trying to sell, or a plot or something. So it takes a lot of brain work to get that thing done. You're trying to get some cool. Right? So it takes a lot. So don't just put phone number should be there, your website, because how come we give you some stuff? You must put your office address there. We don't put our house properties in this. Who cares? Nobody care. We know all the districts now.
Yeah.
So you should do it the way other people will not do it. That's the only way you get traction. See, they say the Olodo uprising, right? That's what has been trending.
Yeah.
So because you are doing things differently, and that's why they're getting the traction. So imagine what people are not doing. Bridge the gap, and I bet you get the traction you need.
All right.
Yeah.
We will definitely come back to this conversation months from now, because we're interested to know the message and see the outcome of.
And you know what you do for me?
Yeah.
For to be honest, can you go and snap what we're doing at Omnia Prime now? Then when we come back 2 months later, show them what we've done.
I would make sure I do a documentary on that.
Yeah,
starting from this week,
yes,
I will take progress as it goes. Take progress as it goes.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you so
Fanda,
much.
for honoring interview. It was nice having you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sir. Thank
It's
you,
a
sir.
very privilege for me.
Very exciting. Very
Thank you.
insightful.
Thank you so
I believe conversations like this can help people get the signals of investments in Abuja, because most times there's a lot of noise going on currently. Lots of noise. Even to ask a question, do you think with the, will I say, widespread or the expanse of real estate companies coming up here and there, do you think it's good for competition? Is it a cause for concern?
No, it's good. It's good. So for people that are not really supposed to be in this business, water will definitely find its level. So we shouldn't just come in because of the opportunities, but because of the value we bring to the table. It's also good. Because if one does something like this, for you to get traction, you must do better than this person. For him to beat you at your game, he must do something better. So it's a very good thing. So the competition is good for the people.
Okay.
It's good for the people.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let's watch and see. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful session. Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the time.
Thank you.
I'm grateful for the time.